When we set up this static caravan, we wanted to be able to have access to the internet as well. But obviously you haven't got a landline, so you have to approach it a little differently. And you have to get what's called a mobile internet router. So rather accessing the internet via a landline, you rely on the mobile network to do that for you. So you have to get a particular type of router. A regular one won't work. And there's quite a few deals out there that you can get. But I did notice a bit of a difference in price when you shop around. Everybody says that EE is the best one to get because it's got the best coverage. But they charge £50 a month for unlimited data, which is what I need. So after shopping around, I found one by 3. And that is also unlimited data, but it's only £22 a month. But for your first 6 months, they only charge you 11, which to me is a massive difference. So I thought I'll go with that, which is what I've done. I got one of these. It's a 4G router that works off that mobile network. It's not compatible for 5G, but in a lot of areas, 5G is not really set up enough. So we're stuck with the 4G. And the only thing that people might think is a downside to it is that to get this package, you've got to have an 18-month contract. But because I want to keep the internet running, whether we're in the van or we're not, I didn't think that was a lot of money. And I don't mind having that 18-month contract in place as long as it works the way it should. We don't watch television. We only watch things like Netflix, movies, series, so we stream stuff. So it's got to be good enough to cope with that. And I found that the 4G one works perfectly fine. You can also get smaller versions of this as well, so you can just put it in your bag, and when you go out or you're driving around in your camper van, you've still got access to internet, which I think is really good. So I signed up for that contract and I got it installed. And what I mean by installed is you just take it out of the box, you plug it in, you enter a username and a password, and it's done. You don't need any installation, you don't need an engineer or anything like that. It's just plug and play. And we've been using it for a couple of weeks and it seems to work perfectly fine. It does run a bit slower than what it used to previously, but it kind of goes in fits and starts. All of a sudden it'll be uploading really quick and then it'll slow down a bit, but it still does the job regardless. When it comes to downloading, that also seems to work perfectly fine. So for the price of £11 a month for 6 months, which then increases to 22 for the rest of your contract, I think that is a pretty good deal outside of the exact same sort of thing that costs us 50. You can also get these on a pay monthly basis as well. But if you do pay monthly, there is an extra charge. So we stuck with the contract version. I'll just give you a quick look at the router. I think I can stand to be without internet for just a couple of minutes. So that is basically what you get. It's not offensive in any way, and it's not a huge item either. And on the back, you've got Ethernet ports, so you can plug directly into it. But this is capable of simultaneously having 64 different connections. So that is really good. Multiple people can connect to that same device. I would assume that by doing that, it is going to reduce your upload-download speed. But if you've got kids that want to play on the games on the iPads, etc., you know that that's an option that you can do. So that is your 4G router. And there, the little holes on the back, and they just pop off. And underneath, that's where you can attach an external aerial, and there's one either side. So it's that basic. There's not much more to say about it, but it does the job. The only thing you need to remember with these units is because it's in a caravan, you're basically in a metal box, so that's going to shield that signal quite a bit. So what you need to do is stand it on a window, and don't put plants or picture frames or curtains around it, because that once again is going to muffle that signal. So just give it a clear space and you won't have any problems whatsoever. So whether you want to get something for a caravan or a static caravan or a camper van, these things seem to work really well to me. And I'm not endorsed by this product in any way whatsoever. I'm just telling you that when I first got here, I wasn't sure what to do. So I did a little bit of research and then I decided to get this. And as I've said, we've been using it for a couple of weeks and it's all right for me. Not everything suits everyone. So if you want something different, then you're going to have to shop around. I have also noticed that you can buy routers from eBay and Amazon and places like that, and they have all these fancy names and they do this different and that different. They're capable of doing 4G and 5G and can switch between one or other. But considering in this area 5G is not the best of coverage, I didn't want to go for that option. And a lot of these routers can run up to £400 to £500 each. But when you sign that contract for that one, that is sent to you for free. It's also free postage. You just plug it in and away you go. And you don't pay your bill until the following month. So for me, that was win-win. Got it ordered, it was delivered within a day, and it was set up the next day. So when you're on holiday or driving around in your camper van and you still want access to internet, that's your best choice. It's not expensive. So if you are planning on spending a few weeks on holiday in a caravan or just going on road for a few weeks, visiting different places all over the UK, you could get one of those because you can use this as a replacement for your existing broadband at home. And this works out cheaper than what we was paying before. So to me, it's a very good deal. But as I keep trying to mention to people, what suits me may not suit somebody else. So do your research and find the one that is just what you're looking for. You might not need unlimited data, but I do, which is why I chose that option. But they do other ones as well, where you get certain amounts of data every month. But you can plug another aerial into there to go to the outside and put on the roof of your van to once again improve that signal. Maybe I'll try that one day. But for the moment, I'm quite happy with what I've got. So if you're interested in seeing other content that's caravan related, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and I'll see you on the next upload. You take care.